So new singles out. So the feedback I've seen so far has been amazing. I love the single myself. How are you finding the reaction as the writer?
Yeah, loving it, loving it. It's a breath of fresh air. Well, I mean, we always knew that this song was going to be something special, but yeah, there's a couple of other songs that are going to be on the album that we were going, oh, should we put that one out first? But it was always in the back of our mind that Payback, because it was the first song that we started writing with our new guitarist Dan. Sort of seemed right to release that first.
Yeah, and Dan, I've known Dan a few years now, and he's a great addition to the band.
Yeah,
he's got a bit of that old school rock mentality for a younger guy. He certainly believes in the big riff, which is what Paw is known for. They've been known since, I go back remembering seeing you on Hey Hey. So it's always been about the riff, and I think he's not that Paul couldn't write a riff without him, but I think he's just pushing you in a bit of a heavier direction. What do you think?
Yeah, well, that's always the way we wanted to go. Not taking anything away from Julian, our old guitarist, but he was more blues orientated, and I'm a lot heavier than that. And when Dan started playing those riffs, I was like, yeah, let's go there.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I want to take you back a little bit. Remember back when you're on Hey Hey, what did that do for bands today, and what do you think bands could use a platform like that for today?
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, I was actually talking to a mate today about that there's nothing like that anymore. Remember, you know, Saturday evening, everyone would be getting charged up, having a couple of drinks, and then go watching Hey Hey and going out, you know, and have a laugh. And and plus, yeah, you'd always see a new band, new Aussie band, and Daryl Summers was excellent. You know, he's copped a bit of flack over the years, and I don't know why, because such a beautiful man, and he's just all for just promoting Australian rock.
Yeah, and you know, I think that gave you that springboard back then that took you from, you know, about to break to breaking. I think that the Hey Hey and also the Kiss support were big deals in your career. So as you move into 2022, how do you and the boys think about the dreaded word like marketing, to market yourselves, to put yourselves back out there? Because it's been 12 years since new music.
Yeah. I think, well, number one is we've got a good team behind us now that's been working with us for the last 3 years, and with our record company, Reckless Records, and our manager, Scott Crawford. It's just, I think we've gone down so many wrong paths before that I think we know what we're doing now.
Yep.
It's kind of cliche to say, but yeah. And we've got a few irons in the fire. We never actually made it to Europe before when we were touring. We toured the States, you know, as you know, with AC/DC and the Scorpions and stuff like that. We got to London one time, but now with this new release, and like the ears are pricking up in Europe, and it looks like we could be going over there in mid-year, July.
Fantastic. And you've also released a really great film clip, which I think is a pretty lost art at the moment, like in the world of lyric videos and visualizers. To actually have a real film clip is quite refreshing. So congrats on that, because it actually shows a real rock band yet again. Was that?
Thank you very much.
Was that like a deliberate thing? Like, we've got to have a clip for this song?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And we did it ourselves too. I directed it. Some mates from work filmed it. Yeah, and you know, we just went favor after favor to get it done, and yeah, I reckon it turned out great.
Yeah,
thanks to Ash at Hired Gun Productions and Hookso, who was our camera guy. Just
perfect.
dropping some names.
That's the way. And now you said that you're in the process of the album. How many songs are done?
They're all done now.
Yep.
They're all done. We're just at the final mixing and mastering stage of the last 4 or 5 songs, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you got like a ballpark date for trying to put it out?
We're aiming mid-year, but it all depends on this tour in Europe.
Yep.
And how that's going to unfold with the second single, or whether we're going to start pushing Payback for Europe, like more closer to when we get that, might push it back a little bit. But it's definitely going to be out, mid-year. I reckon it'll be out mid-year.
Right. And
yeah.
yeah, and rock radio is really different in Australia now. Like I mentioned to someone the other day, unfortunately, we hear the same 72 Cold Chisel songs mixed with a few AC/DC. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but, do you think they could totally open the door, maybe like putting something like a homegrown show on in drive time, rather than the inane traffic and chatter that we all know about? How would that be, do you think, for Australian acts?
Oh, that would be the pinnacle, mate. And it should actually be done. But you know how it is. The way radio stations get paid is by advertising. And if no one's listening to their radio, their station, they're not getting paid. So it's all about the mighty dollar. But hopefully, I mean, some of the late night Aussie shows are really good, and I hear that a lot of people are listening to them now. Especially with things like this, podcasts, and people can go back and listen to them.
Yeah. How many songs are going to be on the album? Have you made that decision yet?
It's 12.
12?
Yeah.
Got a title for it yet?
No, we're throwing that up in the way. We've got a couple of working titles, but nothing's solidified yet. But that'll be happening in the next couple of weeks, because we've got to have it all sorted by April.
Yeah, sure. And you've got you see you're looking at a tour for Europe, and you've been doing some select shows with like the Tatts and things like that. So I gather at the end of the year, you're probably gearing up for a bit more of an extensive run around Australia.
Yeah. After, I think we do Kiss in August, and then I think the only month we're not doing something is October at the moment.
Yep.
And then towards the end of the year, there's a bunch of stuff in November, and nothing in December yet. But I'd say it's going to start snowballing, and then it looks like we'll be going back to Europe first thing like January, February next year too.
Okay. Do me one favor when you go on with Kiss. Do what you did in '95. Jump into the stands and just run riot.
I love doing that, mate. I think any stadium gig that you give me, there's a chance that I'm going to be out in the crowd.
I said to the missus, I thought you were heading to the merch stand in '95. You
get some t-shirts.
Gave it a red hot crack. But yeah, so like even that, think about that, it's 27 years since you opened for Kiss, I think it is. How does that feel to sort of do that full circle run?
I know, it seems like yesterday, really.
It's kind of a shame it's not a hometown show, but anyway. Yeah,
that's true. Well, originally when we first got it, we were playing Brisbane. Yeah. And then it got swapped around after the COVID thing hit, and they postponed it the first time.
Yep.
So then we were doing Sydney, and then Wolf Mother we're doing up here. But then I think it's stayed like that now.
Yeah. So. And it'd be a big one for Dan. He's a bit of a
old
school nut.
he was spewing when it got postponed.
Yep.
Because he's never done a stadium gig before, so or entertainment centre gig. So he's really looking forward to that, and he'll smash it too.
Yeah. Everyone that doesn't know, Dan's like a 70s, 80s rock god in a really young body.
Yeah. That's it.
What was it like starting to write with him? Because, I know him from his older bands. So what was it like, the new collaboration?
Yeah, well, he was a bit nervous at first because I said for him to come over to my place, was just sit around, had the little practice amps and I had my guitar set up and he had his, and he was like, well, what do you want me to play? And I was like, just fucking play anything, mate. Just go for it. And I'll pick the stuff out,
Yeah.
What I think, or if I've got something that that'll pop into my head that'll work with what he's doing. But anyway, he started doing the picking bit at the start of Payback.
Yep.
And I just started playing rhythm underneath it,
Yep.
And so we had that part, and then he started just jamming on all these different riffs, and then I was tuning up or something, and he's that the main riff of the song came up, not that. I said, play that. No, just that bit there. Play that again, and he did, and then he record. He likes to get his phone and record what he's playing, and then that's the way sort of happened.
And the one good thing about the song Payback is the defined guitars. It doesn't sound like one giant muddy guitar. You've got your defined rhythm, your defined lead. It's really clear. It's an old school sound, but it's also really modern. So was that something you're really conscious of?
I think that comes with experience, mate. We knew what sound we wanted to get. And working with Jeff Lovejoy at Black Box Studios too, our engineer, we kind of recorded the guitars. I've separated a lot. We had some bogged in heavy guitars, but we had a lot of real clean sounding guitars. Because if when you're recording, if you just get your sound and you try and record it, it doesn't always sound like your sound. But if you combine a few of your sounds together, you will get that one sound.
Yeah,
it's kind of building your own sound with a whole bunch of other guitar sounds. And different guitars, and it's amazing because I listen to that first rhythm, that down rhythm while he's picking, and it sounds exactly like my sound.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's bizarre.
Yeah. It's a very Malcolm sound to me. Real open, it breathes a lot, which I quite like in the song. It's got that real Malcolm-esque vibe, but I know it's you.
Yeah, it's funny because one of the rhythm tracks that we actually put in it, we called it Malcolm because it was like a clean guitar track, but we used an SG.
Yep.
And made it sound like, it just gives it that crisp sort of. It's so hard to explain, but I know I can hear it.
Yeah. You can hear it a lot. It's really great the way that the guitars they really shine. So that's the vibe that you've kept through the rest of the songs on the album.
Yep. Well, most definitely, mate. Most definitely.
Excellent.
There's a lot, and the solos. Some of the solos, like Dan doesn't realize how good he is. He'd be like, "Is that all right?" And we're going, fucking hell, that's bullshit. Like, and he's like, oh, really? And he listened back to it. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, when I changed it, man, like, and that's it. That's the one. And now, like, after he's listened to them like heaps, he's like, fuck, they are good, aren't they? Like,
Yeah, he shreds without overplaying.
Mm.
He stops at that borderline. It's about to become wanky, and he moves on, which is really great.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a lot of me squeezing that out of him too.
Yeah,
I was right on top of him, going, yeah, come on, you know.
yeah. So, what's the plan for single 2? Have you got it in the pipeline, ready to go?
Yeah. We're just getting the film clip sorted for that one at the moment. And yeah, but it's all ready to go. It's all mastered and done and dusted.
And how do you find now living in the world of almost 100% digital all the time until a physical product comes out? Do you find that you get frustrated sometimes with the quality that goes out to digital?
Not really. I mean, it is what it is. But I get more frustrated wanting to have something in my hand, you know, and same with, you know, everybody. That's probably one of the first questions is asked. Is it coming out on vinyl? Is it coming out of, you know, can we get a physical copy of it? You know, yeah, it's coming. It will all come out, but we're just doing all this digitally first, just so everyone's got it, so they can have a fucking listen.
Yeah, and that's the thing. At the end of the day, as my cat joins in the background,
Yeah. What's his name?
Which one is that? That would be Shadow.
Shadow. Yeah.
One of many. She's slightly neurotic and mildly psychopathic, so we love her. But yeah, that was actually going to be my next question, which you've already answered, which is like, yep, great physical vinyl. What's your favorite vinyl from back in the day? That if you had to go straight to a go-to, where would you go?
Oh, straight in my head, I pictured Back in Black.
How did I like? It was going to be that, or I was going to say Highway to Hell.
Yeah. I think Back in Black was just one of those. It was a turning point in my life for me.
Yep.
And I just did not stop playing that album for years. Like, it was always at the top of my playlist.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot where a lot of the attitude came from.
Yep. When you speak about attitude, do you think that that's missing in a lot? Like, bands think it's all about the talent and the likes and the hits and all that, but forget that being a band and having longevity, it goes beyond talent. You've actually got to have a fair amount of attitude and balls to keep at it.
Most definitely, man. We always had the attitude of, like, I mean, it was our motto. I've even got it tattooed on me. It says "fuck them all," and that was, for us, that was anything that was mainstream or politically correct or anything like that. We just hated all of that shit. And even when we were a cover band before we started writing songs, we would not play we'd play album tracks.
Yep.
And stuff off albums and not play any of the hit songs and stuff like that. You know, we just played what we wanted to play, and I think that sort of attitude of, you know, we've got to, if we want to do this, we've got to please, you know, fucking, if you can't please yourself, then you're barking up the wrong tree, because you'll get bored of it and it'll become about the money. For us, it's always been about playing live and having fucking fun.
All right, so we're going to look forward to that in the playing live. So I want you to look forward to the end of 2023, basically. It seems like it's forever away, but the way all these tours keep getting announced, it actually seems like it's not that far. They're all just flying in thick and fast. So where do you see yourself by the end of 2023?
Hopefully with a platinum album.
Beautiful.
And maybe touring the US or anywhere else, like or jumping on a major tour with another big band, and starting to write and record demos for the next album.